Hello, it's me, Matt. Welcome to my golf yoga class. There are some people here live who are in the back room muted, and then there's those of you joining us later who are getting the presenter Matt. I imagine that at the moment those in the back room are probably having a good laugh at me talking to future you. This is all very complex, and I'm appreciative of you getting to know this with me. So thank you. So today we're going to do about a 55-minute back tee flow class focused on golf. The great thing about golf is we learn lessons on the course that we would learn off the course. So if you're not a golfer, it doesn't really matter that much. And if you are a golfer, you'll find this may be quite helpful. So let's start in a comfortable cross-legged seat on the mat. I've got a block there which I sit on just because it has my hips a little bit higher, so I can just sit in a cross-legged position. You might want to sit on a cushion if your hips are tight. Many golfers do have quite tight hips. Once you find yourself on the mat, we're going to do a handshake, which is called a mudra. And you just take the thumb, you put it in here, and do that. That's an actual thing that you're doing. See? It's from my yoga mudra kit, and it's a mushti mudra. That's in Sanskrit. And what this does is it centers you. So the reason it's useful is, just as in yoga, on the golf course, often you'll find your mind running away. And if you do that when you're stressing out about the score on the next hole, or how hard the yoga is, if you do that, you can just use it to kind of center yourself physically, and it can be really useful. So we're going to return to the mushti mudra a few times, particularly when the yoga gets a little bit hard. So you're in a comfortable seat, and I'm going to join you. So let's just make sure that the back of the hands is touching the knees, and just try and draw the crown of the head up towards the ceiling so you've got a nice long back. And inhale really deeply through the nose. We'll start our practice just by basically breathing deeply. It sounds simple, but most of us forget to do it properly. So I'm going to inhale 3 parts. And let it go. Inhale, 3-part breath. Try to constrict the back of the throat as you're doing this. We want it to sound a little bit like Darth Vader, and that's called the Ujjayi breath. And you can return to that during your practice, on or off the mat, just as a sort of centering thing. So I've got the mushti mudra, and I'm doing the deep Ujjayi breath. Good. So the parallel between golf and yoga, apart from the physical, that I just want us to explore a little bit today, is that no matter what we think about before a game of golf, the course kind of teaches us our limitations. And we may have an idea about how our yoga practice is going to go, but really our bodies are our best teacher, and we just have to listen to them. And that starts with listening to the breath, but it also starts with listening to any kind of discomfort. It might be telling us to back off, back out of a pose. But after a while practicing yoga, particularly if you do it once, twice a week, you start to notice that your body will tell you a lot more. It'll give you a lot more information that you can use to get better. And so it's really centering on our body and being aware of our body, and that connection between our body and our mind is so helpful, both on and off the mat. And really, just as the golf course teaches me a lot of lessons, so we're going to teach ourselves some lessons today with our bodies. So let's start by warming up. So you can release the mudra, and we're going to just come to all fours on the mat. So I've got a new mat. It's red. Just going to tuck the tailbone and just kind of come up to all fours. My hands are below my shoulders, my knees are below my hips, and my tops of my feet are pressing down. I'm opening up on the inhale for cow pose, and then I'm exhaling over into a cat. Depending on how athletic you want to be here, you can do a few of these on your own with the inhale. The exhale, you can really draw that navel into the spine if you can. Just feel the spine warming up. So inhale for a cow, exhale for a cat. Good. We're going to do the open up the legs here. So just my right foot going to the back of the mat, toes down, and I'm just rolling forward and back on the inhale and the exhale. So I played golf twice this weekend with my father-in-law, and I lost both times, which was very smart. I think you'll agree. Also not entirely deliberate, given that he's been, I think he's 69 and he's been playing golf every week since he was in his teens. He's quite good. Swap legs now, we'll do the other one. But I did notice a few things about myself on the course as a result of playing golf with my father-in-law. One of which is that I tend to be quite reactive when criticised. Particularly if the criticism is well-meaning, like, I'll give you a little tip, Matt, this is what you need to do. My brain goes straight to a reaction rather than a kind of pleasant sense of, oh yeah, maybe this is something I'll think about there. Right, knees down. We're going to go into a plank pose, so bring the legs to the back of the mat, engage the navel, put it up towards the spine, and just stand there for a second. Breathe really deeply now. Inhale from the low belly, the mid belly, and the upper chest, and let it go. Good. Now I'm just going to drop the right knee to the ground, and I'm turning outwards. So I'm in a sort of side plank here. So you see my right knee's on the ground, and my shin's behind me, and then my left leg's planted all four corners. On the inhale, just rise up so that you're in a supported side plank, and just breathe deeply here. Inhale from the low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest, and let it go. One more of those deep inhales. You want to feel a deep stretch down the side body here. If you want to, you can bring that arm overhead to just open it up even more. As you bring that other shoulder down, you should feel a nice stretch in the side body. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Exhale. And on the inhale, I'm just bringing up. So I'm bringing the weight into my right knee and my legs behind me. And I'm supported there. And then coming over the other way. So my left arm's coming down my left knee, and I'm trying to open up the right side body here. You can, if you want, just glance up to the sky. Inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. Just bring the hands down, cartwheel down. I'm going to come the other way so you can see the other side. We're going to go back into a plank now. Good. And inhale deeply, and then drop the left leg down to the mat. So because I'm the other way around, I can still see you. We're just going to come into that supported side plank on the other side. So I'm inhaling, and I'm just opening up the chest, really feeling supported, and opening up this whole right side body. You might want to bring again the arm over. Inhale deeply, listen to the sound of your breath, and let it go. Those side bodies should really be feeling kind of a nice opening here. And you're supported with that left knee, so it shouldn't be too demanding this, but you do want to feel the breath kind of really moving into the body with this shape. Good. On the next inhale, just come up and then come the other way. So right arm to right knee, and then just open up there. Feeling, you can see that I've run out of mat. Just going to get myself the mat back. Really rooting down through all four corners of that right hand. Just opening the chest up so you can sort of stretch the other side of the body there. Good. Inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. We're going to come back down, cartwheel the hands down, find ourselves in a plank pose. If the plank is too much for you, you can always drop the knees. That's all good. But whatever feels good to you. And again, like golf, yoga isn't a competition. We're not out to prove ourselves to our father-in-law. We're not out for acknowledgement, right? We acknowledge ourselves. Yeah. So you're still in plank pose. I'm enjoying this. Very good. Okay, we're going to come up into a downward facing dog. So I'm just coming back. And I've lifted my hips back. I'm bending the knees slightly and just enjoying this first downward dog of the day. So as you're in a downward dog, you want to have your hands really square, all four corners of the hands pressing down on the mat, and you want to be able to see the mat between your fingers. The heels can be raised, they don't have to be right down on the mat, but you want to be really stretching out through the back. So if I could, my ideal back shape would be like this in a downward dog, and if you need to bend your hands to do it, you want that slight curve kind of up in the spine. I'll try it. And while you're there, just take a deep breath, low belly, mid belly, and upper chest. And then slowly tiptoe forward, one little tiptoe at a time until you're hanging forward over your heels. You can keep the knees bent here. The idea is to fold forward, hinging at the hips. You can grab opposite elbows and just hang heavy and maybe release the cervical spine, it's the top of the spine here, and just feel a deep sense of relief there as you kind of arrive in your forward fold. Forward fold's a nice kind of flip side of that other more active work we've been doing. We're just trying to really loosen off in the cervical spine and just get a back stretch. Most physical activity is primarily driven from the shoulders and the back, but particularly golf. So we're going to get into some nice poses that really kind of explore that motion. And if you do before a golf practice, should make you a better golfer, which of course you want, because you want to be a better golfer, so that you can impress your father-in-law. Okay? Right. Vertebrae by vertebrae, just come up slowly. Yeah. Last thing to arrive is the head, and we're just standing in a mountain pose here. So I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit so you can see. So we're in mountain pose. Let's form a prayer position now, and just set your intention. So you might want to say, I'm going to be centered. You might want to do it with mudra. Yeah? I'm going to be centered. Inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest, and let it go. We're going to do 3 rounds of sun cells. We're going to get nice and warm. So on the inhale, arms rise up, overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Really notice the opening up of the back there, right? Chest opening forward. On the exhale, step the right leg to the back of the mat, dropping the knee. Inhale, arms rise up, overhead. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Let it go. And again, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Frame the front foot. Bring the front foot to meet the back for a plank pose. Exhale for knees, chest, and chin. Inhale to come forward into baby cobra. Exhale to come over the heels into a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg behind you. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Drop the left knee to the mat. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale. Inhale deeply, rooting down through all 4 corners of the front foot, pushing down through the back foot, making sure the hips are square. Exhale, frame the front foot, bring the back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Inhale, arms rise overhead again. Exhale, fall forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat, dropping the knee. If you can, keep that chest open towards the front of the room. As you inhale, bring the arms up. Deep breath out. Inhale, deep breath. And let it go as you bring the hands to frame the front foot,
Bring the front foot to meet the back at the back of the mat. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale up for a baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left leg high. Exhale, step it through, drop the back knee. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly and the upper chest. And as you exhale, just focus on rooting down. Maybe bring those hips slightly more forward just to open up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Bring the back foot to meet the front. Hang over in a forward fold and just release down. As you inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find your intention. So whatever your intention was, just find it again. Good. When I'm on the practice range with my father-in-law, he's giving me all this advice. We're about to start the round. And I'm like, oh, I've got to hit on that first tee. I've got to hit a good one. He just keeps the tips coming. I said, do you want to just back off with the tips for a minute? And he says, yeah, but just keep your hips square. And I'm like, oh God, this is getting really hard. When you're in that state of mind, when you're in that like, ooh, stress state, where can you go? Yeah, you can ground. Good. Second round of sun cells. Arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right leg back again, drop in the knee. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Let it go. Frame the front foot with both hands, bring the front foot to the back. Exhale for knees, chest and chin, down to the mat. Inhale for a baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Inhale and let it go. Inhale, raise the right foot high behind you. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Drop that back knee down, and on the inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Salute the sun. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And on the exhale, frame the front foot. Bring that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knee. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And exhale. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And on the exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Bring that right foot to meet the left at the back of the mat. And on the exhale, drop the knees and the chest and the chin. Inhale for a baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg behind you. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Keep that right knee down on the ground. Inhale, arms will rise. Deep breath out. Inhale, deep breath in, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. On the exhale, frame the front foot. Bring that right foot to meet the left at the top of the mat and hang heavy in a forward fold. Good. Inhale, arms will rise up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go again. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, raise for a baby, for that back lift out. Exhale, step the left leg to the back of the mat, dropping the knee. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale. Inhale, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And on the exhale, bring them down. Bring the right foot to the back for a plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, step the left leg higher. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Drop the right knee. Inhale, raise the arms up high over the head. Let the exhale go. Inhale, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And frame the front foot with both hands. Bring the back foot to the front, forward fold. Hang heavy for one deep breath and let it go. And then on the inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Coming down to heart center. Remember your intention, whatever it is. Just take a deep breath and remember what your intention is. Good.
One more round of sun sails. We want to be nice and warm. So inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Front foot to the back, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, down for our knees, chest and chin. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot goes high. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Left foot stays back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms rise, salute the sun. Exhale, bring the left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale to heart center. Remember your intention. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot to the back of the mat, drop the knee. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot. Bring the front foot to meet the back for a plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, step it through between the hands, drop the right knee to the back. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot. Bring that right foot to meet the left at the front of the mat. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. That's your sun sails done. So you should feel proud of yourself, you're all warm. Hopefully you should notice, as you inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, heart center, find your intention. You should notice that your body's a little warmer, that the blood is flowing. As you concentrate on your intention, maybe you want to have that mudra there so you feel centered. It's really important to remember that no matter what comes up for us in the practice or on the golf course, no matter how stressful it is, we're going to do best if we root down into our kind of feet and into our calm centeredness. Yeah. So just stay there for a second. Try and find that space. Good. We're going to do a standing series that's designed to just basically open up the side and those hips so that there's a bit of flexibility for the body. Okay, so standing at the top of your mat, we're going to inhale, rise the hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, but keep the knee lifted. Yeah? As you do that, just turn the right foot in. And as you inhale, you're coming up for a warrior one position. That chest is leading. So if you could pull a line from that solar plexus up, you'd be leading with the chest. Inhale really deeply from the low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest. And let it go. One more of those. Really rooting down through all four corners of that back foot and through all four corners of the front foot. If you could bring that front knee even more to a right angle. But it's really important to keep the hips square. Yeah? Inhale, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. On the exhale, bring that left arm forward and the right arm back. So you're into a warrior two shape. My back arch there is squared off. It's no longer at 45 degrees, it's square. And the front angle of the heel is into the middle line there. Warrior two, palms facing down. Really notice an opening in the shoulders here. Most of the golf happens in the shoulders, so really notice your shoulders opening up. And also, as you bring that knee out to meet the pinky toe of the front foot, really notice an opening in the hips too. Yeah. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Make sure the body's not coming forward or back. You want to be right center, so shoulders above the hips, aligned. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Let it go. On the inhale, flip that front palm up that way. Inhale, bring the front palm up over you. And you can see that my hand is kind of coming to the back of the left, that left hip crease here. And as I inhale, I'm feeling that opening of the left side body and really kind of opening up that body, side body. Yeah, inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest,
And on the exhale, bring the left elbow to the left knee if you can. Yeah. My right hand is still in that left hip crease, and it's really opening those shoulders up. So you notice I'm not over. Shoulders are open, and you can feel the line of the shoulders opening as you bring that arm up overhead. Good. On the inhale, you might want to bring that arm over this way, and it's replicating that. Remember, we were in that side plank that was supported earlier. We're replicating that opening here. So I'm not dumping the weight into that left shoulder. I'm really trying to open. I'm lifting off. If I wanted to, I could probably bring both arms up that way, but I don't need to because I'm not showing off. I've got nothing to prove. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Good. Now bring that right hand down to the mat and set up for an extended forward fold. So you set up to the side of the mat, and you're really so the big toes are slightly pointing in here. They're not pointing out, they're pointing slightly in, just to protect the knees. And you can stay like this, or if you want to inhale, you can come up just for that flat back shape, so that you really kind of feel the back flattening out. And then on the exhale, if you want to, and it's reachable for you without it being like approving of the self moment, you can just come down a bit. But make sure that if you want, you keep a slight bend in the knees. You don't want to put too much strain on these legs, yeah? Exhale, deeply. Some of us can reach the mat with our heads. Some of us need a block. But inhale deeply. And on the exhale, bring your hands together between the knees and just sort of bring all of that torso through between the legs if you can. Good. Inhale, raise up slowly for that halfway lift, flat back. Yeah? And then on the exhale, just bringing my hands to frame that left foot at the front of the mat. I'm bringing the left foot to the back of the mat for a plank pose. Yeah? And I'm just breathing there. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And on the exhale, you can either do knees, chest, and chin, or if you want to do something a bit more difficult, you can do a half push up there, just so you're coming down. And then flip the toes and inhale into a full upward dog, or you can do a baby cobra. Both is fine. Try not to crunch the lower back if you're doing the upward dog. And then the exhale, come over into downward facing dog and just breathe there. If you want, you can take a child's pose. It's all good. I'm going to give you 3 or 4 deep breaths here. So just take 3 deep breaths in this downward dog just to reintegrate. I always like to make a sort of loud noise like a horse, like just to sort of release tension, but you know, you do what works for you. Good. So we're going to do the other side this time, which means we're going to start with the right foot raising up behind us. So on the inhale, right foot goes high. On the exhale, step that right foot through between the hands. Yeah. So right foot's through between the hands. And on the inhale, come up into your warrior one shape. That left foot behind us, right foot through between the hands. Up like that. Warrior one. Yeah. Take a deep breath here. Really notice the solar plexus being pulled forward. Don't like lose any engagement anywhere, right? You want to make sure all these muscles are engaged. You're not crunching over. You want to make sure you're kind of active. And if you want, you can take a slightly deeper bend into that right knee. Just make sure that the knee doesn't come over the line of 90 degrees. Yeah? Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then the exhale, right arm forward, warrior 2 in the other direction. So again, we're noticing a slight opening of the shoulders and a slight opening of the hips as that right knee comes out towards the right pinky toe, little toe. The left leg square, meeting the line of the front heel there. So inhale, warrior 2. Look out over the right middle finger and let it go. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. On the inhale, turn the front arm over and come up for your peaceful warrior. I'm bringing this left hand either down to the leg or over behind my body to that hip crease, just to open up the chest there. Inhale and exhale. You might want to come a little deeper into that front knee. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Good. And then on the exhale, bring the right arm down the elbow onto that front knee. You'll notice
if you were doing that bind behind you, the shoulders are already coming open here as you bring the left arm up into extended side angle. What we're going for here, if we can, is a twist throughout the body, yeah, as we come up. And on the inhale, bringing that arm over, you may notice that different sides of the body are slightly different. Like this side is considerably tighter for me. Don't know why. But on the inhale, I'm trying to bring that right shoulder counterclockwise, I think, so that it's coming up underneath, so that the shoulders are aligned. Exhale, let it go. Inhale deep from the low belly. And exhale, let it go. On the exhale, bring that left arm down again. We're doing the extended forward fold. So again, the feet are facing it. This is a lot of fun. And on the exhale, so inhale up for a flat back. And on the exhale, just bring the head down between the legs. Yeah. You should feel a deep release in that lower back. And that deep release is exactly the sets of muscles that you need during a golf swing. So, this is where I get my golf club out. You can stay where you are. The set of muscles that's really releasing, that you're really working in golf, is all this lower back. So on the inhale, you come up for a halfway lift. Exhale there, and then inhale, bring the hands to the front of the mat. So you're framing the foot, and then bring the back foot to the front, forward fold. Feel those low back muscles releasing as you hang heavy, and then inhale to come up vertebrae by vertebrae to the top of the mat. Yeah. So this is such fun for me to have this ridiculous golf setup, but anyone who plays golf will know that when we're golfing, this here is the bit that most people don't engage, the lower back. And then there's also, my stance is probably awful here, but there's also this real turning from the shoulders. So if this isn't engaged, if this lower back isn't engaged, you'll slump forward and you'll do a crap shot. All the strength comes from engaging that lower belly, sucking into the spine, and the low, and there, and that's where you can come through with your shoulders. We'll notice that lower back engagement as we do another set on the other side. We'll take it one breath to movement, so we're moving a bit more quickly. But I'll call out when we're engaging those lower back muscles, and hopefully you can bring that awareness to the golf course. I don't know what to do this now, just to get out of here. Okay, so we're at the front of the mat. Maybe you want to have your centered intention for a moment. Let's do that. I'm just going to allow a moment of calm and quiet here, just for us to center ourselves. Good. So we're at the top of our mat. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. You notice that if you suck that navel into the spine, this is where you really engage those lower back muscles we're talking about. And then the exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Yeah, keep that knee lifted and just drop it down for the warrior one shape. On the inhale, arms rise up overhead. Deep breath in. On the exhale, warrior two. So bringing that foot down, the left foot to square off. Inhale, arm rises up overhead. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, arm down to the knee. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. You notice that twisting of the shoulders, yeah? The twisting of the spine that we were talking about in the golf swing. Good. And then the exhale, bring that left arm down between the legs and just, again, a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Again, noticing those lower back muscles engaging as you suck the navel into the spine. And then the exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, bringing the head between the legs. Good. Inhale, back up. Again, engaging those muscles of the lower back. And then bringing the hands to frame that right foot at the front of the mat. At this point, notice if your back is curling over, what you want is that shape where you're opening up towards the front of the mat with the shoulders. And then bring the right foot to meet back, the left foot at the back of the mat. Again, if you can, just engage those lower back muscles there. As you exhale, knees, chest and chin, or half a push-up if you want. Inhale, up into upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Chill out there, deep breath.
Inhale, left leg up behind you. Exhale, left leg in front, between hands. Keep that right foot, right knee lifted as you swivel the right foot down for a warrior one. Inhale, arms raise up overhead, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, left arm in front, right arm behind, warrior two. Good. Inhale, hand goes up, left hand, the right hand goes behind the back. So I'm already in that shape, you can see. And then the exhale, left arm, elbow to left knee. And just using that hip crease to open up the shoulders that we talked about. Inhale, right arm overhead, hand comes alongside. Good. Exhale, right arm down between, we'll do that wide-legged forward fold again. So we're in this shape. Inhale, halfway lift again. Lower back engages, navel sucked into the spine, and I'm just halfway lifting there. And exhale, come forward with control. Really just bending through between those legs there. Good. And then on the inhale, I'm bringing both feet, right foot to meet the left at the top of the mat, and I'm folding forward for a forward fold. Keep the knees bent. Good. Breathe deeply and let it go. And on the inhale, come up vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing the arms up overhead. And on the exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And I'm going to do that in the mudra that we've discussed, that centering mudra. And just let the breath come and go from the body for a minute. And just feel any shifts in energy that you've been able to achieve. Good. So we've opened up the shoulders and we've really released this, whatever it is, this lower back here. But we've released it in the forward fold, and we've also kind of really activated it so that we know that when we're in a golf posture, we've got the twistiness and the engagement of the core. Yeah. Another key thing here is our balance. So many golfers I see kind of doing this and then they sort of fall back off it. So we're just going to do a posture that really keeps our balance. Okay, so you're at the front of the mat. Just look down. I'm going to do it on the side foot so you can see me, but I'm bringing the right hand in to meet the right foot. Yeah, I'm actually going to do it this way around so that I'm grabbing. You see what I've done? Like I swapped. I'm not grabbing the outside. I'm grabbing the inside. Yeah, just inhale and exhale here. So notice all of the weight is in that left foot. Now I'm being quite dynamic on it, like I can balance, but you really want to find some stillness. So try to find the stillness there. Now that may be enough for you today, and that's fine. If it's not, and you want a bit more of a challenge, engage the navel, bring it in, and engage that lower back. Yeah, the same way we were in the swing. That's what we want to practice. Like right now, my navel's sucking into the spine, and my lower back is also kind of engaged. Yeah, and then gently on the inhale, I'm just bringing that left arm up overhead. Yeah, inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and then gently with control. You may want to bend the left knee a bit. Just gently come forward. Yeah, you can see that I am not terribly well balanced. Maybe I'm a bit off because my golfing experiences over the weekend have tested me. But gently, you want to come forward. Now, if you can start kicking into that right hand behind you, keeping the navel engaged and the lower back engaged. You're coming into dancer. I'll show that from the side as you stay there. If you can, breathe deeply in the posture. Yeah. On the exhale, slowly come out of it. So tipping back up, gently dropping the right leg down. Good. Find your center, find your mudra, your Musha mudra, center. Yeah. If you're rooted into the feet, all of this stuff up here can take care of itself. But the rooting is what allows us, like if we're really rooted, that's what allows us to swing effectively and with strength. So we're going to go the other way now. I'm bringing all of the weight into the right foot.
Bending the knee slightly so that I'm not dependent on it being locked up and I don't want to hurt the back. And I'm bringing the left foot, so I'm grabbing, what is that, the inside of the left foot. Yeah, now again, watching my alignment here, I've tensed that lower back and I'm bringing that navel into the spine. On the inhale, rise the right arm up, and on the exhale, gently bring it forward. Keep the navel sucked in, yeah, and then start to kick into that back heel. Good. Gaze forward, inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And again, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Find the fullest expression of the pose. See if you can really open the chest and the shoulders with that kicking into the back foot. And then exhale slowly with control, let it go. Bring the hands down. Find that Masha Mudra and just center. Good. That's really impressive, if I say so myself. And you know, if I was my father-in-law, I'd probably give myself a medal as well. So, all good. Checking the time. Just bring the feet shoulder width apart here. And on the exhale, we're coming down gently into a yogi squat. So my heels are down, and I'm bringing the solar plexus up by engaging those lower back muscles. Yeah. So it's quite active, this. It's not, I'm not just slumping down into the joints. I'm actually squatting actively. And inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. We're just going to do a bit more of that twisting now. So if you're ready, and you want to do this, bring the left hand down. I'm straightening the elbow, so the left arm is on the ground. Bring the right arm up, yeah? And just feel that twisting. So you should feel that twisting in the opening of the shoulders, yeah? Now, some people bend their left elbow behind their left knee, and then they take a bind there, yeah? If you can do that, and you feel that opening of the back and the shoulders, that's great, but don't feel tested. Just do this, it's great. And if you want, you can just sit down, or you can take a child's pose. No judgment, yeah? I can't see you. You do what feels right for you, yeah? On the exhale, back to center. And we can go the other way, so right arm down onto the mat, left arm opening up, yeah? Really nice. And then if you want, you can bring this right arm over the knee, take a bind. Again, using those lower back muscles to engage and really opening the shoulders for the twist. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. On the exhale, gently release and just come down. And then I'm going to bring my hands behind me, just find myself in a comfortable seat on the front of the mat. Yeah, this seat is comfortable for me. You can do this, or if you want a little bit more of a test, you can just bring the left leg, the left shin to the ground all the way, and then bring the right heel up onto that right knee. And you'll notice in my case, there's a bit of a gap here. Yeah, so if I inhale and then exhale, fold forward, that gap closes. But what we're really doing there is just testing that right hip a little bit. But if a comfortable cross-legged seat is okay, that's good too. And let's just take a deep breath here. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Really good. We've opened the hips. Now it's time to open the heart. So we're going to find ourselves comfortably on our backs, on the mat. The knees are lifted, the soles of the feet are on the ground. Bring the palms of the hands to meet the ground next to you. Good. And on the inhale, I'm going to slowly raise the hips up. It's as if I've got a block in between my knees that I want to grip. And as I inhale, I'm slowly raising the hips up. So I'm keeping grip on that block. And I'm just bringing the hands to clasp behind the back if I can. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. Just take one more deep breath here. Inhale. Good. On the exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, just dropping down there. Just bring in that lower back to the mat.
the next thing is just bring the knees into the chest, hug yourself tight. We just want to sort of find a bit of a release here. We've been doing a lot of work with our lower back, and you might want to rock gently left and right, whatever works for you. But this is not an active posture, this is recuperation. So enjoy that. Remember, maybe you want to take that mudra again. This is your safe space. You're balanced, you're grounded, you're non-reactive. You're not thinking, what am I going to score? Is my score going to embarrass me? Or am I going to do too well and then maybe beat people? That would be bad too. All you're doing is just enjoying that centering, grounded feeling of rocking around on the ground. Good. Right, now drop the shins, the feet, drop the soles of the feet to the ground. And we're just going to do a couple of little spinal twists here. So I'm forming a T shape with my arms, like this. And then I'm bringing both knees up, and just bringing the pelvis up a little bit. As I rock slightly to the left, I'm bringing my hips up slightly to the right, and then I'm bringing both knees together down to the ground. If you want, and that's quite demanding, you can always place a pillow beneath those knees. The trick to know whether you've gone too far is this right shoulder should be on the ground. Yeah. So if I pull that out, yeah, fine, I can get both knees down, but my right shoulder comes up, and that's because this muscle here is all connected to the hip. So I'm putting a block under, and I'm just breathing deeply. Low belly, mid belly. You might want to turn your face over to look over the right shoulder as your left knees just twist out that spine. On the next inhale, just bring the knees back up, soles of the feet to the ground, and we're going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So on the inhale, rocking back slightly to lift the pelvis, and then slightly hopping those hips over to the left, bringing the knees down together to the right. Now this side's slightly more open for me, but I still do need a block underneath that right knee in order for my left shoulder to meet the ground. So I'm going to take it, inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest, and let it go. And again, inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. On the inhale, bring the feet back up to the middle. We're just going to take a happy baby here. So I'm grabbing the outsides of the feet and I'm rocking back and forth. What you want to be careful of here, just make sure that lower back can come down in contact with the ground. You might want to grab the ankles instead of the soles of the feet. Just rock back and forth. Nice and easy. Good. Now, there may be one more posture you want to take. I'm going to give you a minute if you want to do it. It might be feet up the wall, in which case go ahead and take it. Or it might be a shoulder stand, in which case go ahead and take it. You've got a couple of minutes just to do that, whatever you want. I'm going to take the shoulder stand. If you are taking a shoulder stand, just don't turn the neck. It's very important that the neck stays engaged and that your hands are supporting the back, just to let the blood flow down the opposite direction. If you are coming out of that shoulder stand, make sure your hands are down as brakes as you roll out slowly from the shoulder stand. If you're coming out of feet up the wall, be careful as you pull your feet off the wall. And then we're going to come into Shavasana, which is a corpse pose. And I'm going to talk you through a quick sort of 4-minute meditation. So find Shavasana. It's our favorite position. You're basically lying on your back. Your feet are hips width apart, and your head is on your back. The head's on the back of the head. You're lying down on your back. It's not rocket science. Good. Okay. So as you lie in the Shavasana, you can either take the mudra again, which would mean bringing your thumbs between your hands and resting in that centered, grounded state, or you can completely relax the hands and just completely feel supported by the ground and relax. Inhale deeply, and then commit to letting that focus on the breath go. So,
and breathe normally. So I want you to imagine that you're a golf ball, and you personally, having gone through that amazing centering practice, have just hit yourself as a golf ball off on the first tee of an amazing round of golf. And I want you to picture yourself flying through the air like that golf ball. But you're not going to come down, you're just going to keep going. Okay? So you're a golf ball. You have hit yourself off the tee, and instead of coming down, you're just keeping going up and up and up. So as you rise up, you're looking down on the golf course, and you can see yourself and your friends and whoever else is there, and they're all amazed at this incredible hit that you've managed to hit. And you're going off, and you're zooming out from that golf course, and you can see the whole city in which that golf course is located, and maybe the whole country, and the ocean around the country. And you're still rising, rising, rising. And the sun maybe is hitting you now because you've gone through the clouds. You're still rising up through the stratosphere. It's getting a bit chilly up here, and you're rising up into outer space now. You've gone through the atmosphere, and this golf ball, you, are now looking down on the earth beneath you. It's round, and it's getting further and further away. You're zooming out, this golf ball. You can see the earth starting to recede. It's a kind of small ball now, and it's getting smaller and smaller as you look away from it. And it's actually starting to turn into maybe the size of a golf ball. It's tiny. You can look around at the whole solar system as you fly through the Milky Way galaxy. And this ball just won't stop. Now, as you zoom out on the Milky Way, I want you to see the Milky Way become like the size of a golf ball. And then, just as you see it become the size of a golf ball, I want you to put that golf ball down on the tee in front of you. And imagine yourself about to hit that. And that, again, is going to contain you. You see where this is going. Maybe later, if you want to calm down, you can get further and further out. Not just the Milky Way, but the whole series of galaxies, maybe the universe, maybe a series of universes. But in the end, it all comes down to that golf ball. You can just hit it. So inhale deeply into the chest. And just start to bring a bit more awareness to the body. Wriggle the fingers, wriggle the toes. And then when you're ready on the next inhale, come over into a fetal position on your left or right side and just take a deep breath there as you find yourself supported by the ground. On the inhale, come up into a closing seat. Comfortable cross-legged seat. And bring your hands together in that centering mudra at the center of the chest. We're going to inhale deeply, and on the exhale, we're going to exhale for the sound of Om, the centering sound of Om, yeah? And it's 1/3 O, 2/3 in. So inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and exhale. Om. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you for practicing yoga with me today. Namaste. I'll just stop this recording. Hope to see you again. You can find plenty more of this at mattdavisyoga.com. Hopefully you will.